Hi guys, welcome back to tutorial number 7 of the Mitsubishi GX Developer. We're just going to open up our previous project that we did before in some of the other videos. What we're going to do is, I'm just going to zoom this down a little to about 100%, okay, just so that we can see all of the screen. We covered comments, and we've covered putting in contacts and leading edge triggers or trailing edge triggers, pulses and so on. What we're just going to have a look at now is a timers. So quite simply, what we're going to do is we're going to take a contact and we're going to put it in as X5, and we're going to add in a timer. Now, a timer coil is a regular coil. It's not an application instruction, it's a regular coil. So when you put the coil in, you have to give your timer a name or an address. So we'll just start with simple as T1. Now at this point you must also give it a value, how long you want it to switch on for. Okay, so this is a timer on delay, so it'll be T1 space K, which is the value, and 50. Now 50 is actually 5 seconds, so whatever you need to do, it must be multiplied by 10. So we'll click OK there, and we shall F4 it, which compiles it and converts it that we've done in the past. Now what we're going to do is just save that, and then we're going to quickly go into the simulation, and when that starts up we will then just run that and watch the timer on delay. Any second now. Now, remembering that there's our program running, we see it being monitoring here. We've got our reset from the previous, and you'll notice now that our T1 timer is set to 0. Anything in blue here is the current value, just like it is here on the reset where it's highlighted blue. That means it's current value. So if we go into online, our monitor, and go down to our entry data, first we can register T1, and I'm sorry, I've just found what I used there, X5, right? So we also need to register X5. So X5, register. Okay, we'll start the monitor on that, and we will soon get, there we go. Now the setting value of T1 here is 50, and the current value is 0. So if I just open that up there for you and scroll down, there we go, X5 and T1. So let's now trigger X5. If we double click on that, we can force it on, and there we go, T1 goes on at 5 seconds. Okay, so that's basically how to run a timer. Now I'm going to do that again, and I'm just pulling this out of the way for you. What I want you to notice here is that the current value starts counting, the setting value stays the same, but the connect doesn't trigger until after the 5 seconds has passed. So here we go, we force it on. Notice that the coil has gone high, but the signal for it only goes high when the current value reaches the setting value. Okay, so we could do that, and what we're going to do is just to show that again by coming out of the monitoring, and what I shall do is connect that coil or connect that timer onto another contact here. So what we'll do is, don't forget, we've been in the simulation mode. We need to go to edit and back to write mode. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll connect it to the Y output. Now this is always a good description of how to do this as well, because what we need to do is insert a line. So if you select on the side here, right click and insert line. It will always put one above. So what we need to do is we want to put a a contact connected under here. So what we need to do is go one below and insert so it goes above. Okay. We then select the space below the contact that we want to put into parallel. Now at this point you'll see that you have got these contacts with extra legs on. Okay, so Shift F5 is similar to F5, except it's got these little vertical lines on. By putting it underneath this one and connect it and pressing the button there, we can now put our T1. Click OK and it automatically connects to the rung above. So we convert it and now we have one in parallel. We must insert a line first, and always remember that the line goes above where you've selected. So now what we're going to do is our timer delay will only come on after 5 seconds, and then our output will go on. So I will pause it and get us back into simulation. Okay, I've now got it back in simulation for us, just the same way as we've done it before. But now we are going to trigger the timer by triggering X5, which will start the timer going, which will then switch our output. So we just force F5 on. Notice the timer's running, T1 contact is off. Only when it reaches 5 seconds does the output switch on, and you can see here also in our entry data that our timer has come on. When I switch the timer off, when I take X5 off, our timer switches off and therefore resets itself automatically, ready for us to do it all again. Timer running, contact off, 5 seconds, boom, the output switches on. Okay, reset X5, which is that one that we had there. Let me just close that down, and again that contact switches off. See, we reset our contact here, timer goes off and the value goes back down to 0. Okay, that's how to do a simple on delay timer. Okay, thanks for watching. Any questions or comments, please leave them. If you like the video, I'd appreciate you clicking the like button, and if you don't, again, click the dislike. But I would ask that if you do click the dislike, just leave me a comment of why you disliked it, and I will try and rectify any problems or remake the video if necessary. Okay, for now, I'll see you on the next